everybody. We're back to talk a little NFL football.
Yes.
Man, we are deep into the heart of football season now.
Yes. And for those who expected a college video last week, we apologize. We were busy with
Yeah, we had work.
work.
Work always gets in the way, don't it? But we're not going to talk work right now. We're going to talk NFL football.
Yes.
We have to recap Week 7, and then we are going to do our picks, our previews already for Week
8.
8. You know, there's 17 weeks, so we're creeping right up on
This is the
halfway
time
point.
where teams show their if they're stinkers, mediocre, or
Mm-hmm.
good.
It is time for teams to start making their moves right now, yeah. But we'll start off with a little recap. Last Thursday, we had Kansas City at Denver. Kansas City ended up winning this one pretty easy, 30
With a
to
cost.
6. But a huge cost.
A huge cost.
Huge. Mahomes got his
Kneecap.
dislocated. They said it
Gonna
was
take him a few weeks at least.
Yeah, they said it was the best it could possibly be, but it still means he had a dislocated kneecap. So he's probably going to miss 2 to 3 weeks. So they're going to, from what I understand, they're not bringing in anybody new. They're just going to keep, was it Matt Moore?
Yeah, Matt Moore is going to be the quarterback
He's
until
going to be the quarterback until Mahomes can get back.
But Denver's offensive line looks absolutely terrible.
Yeah, they
9 sacks by the Chiefs defense.
Yeah, when did the Chiefs have a defense? When did the Chiefs start getting a defense? I don't know. But hey, they look good in my eye. We'll jump on into the Sunday games. And one of the classic endings in a classic game that you could possibly have, we had the LA Chargers with 4 tries from the 1 yard line against the Tennessee
They could
Titans.
not punch it in.
Couldn't get it in there. First and goal to 1.
That's full Chargers there.
They had a false start, so they went back to
And then they
to
got-
6. And then they got a pass interference.
And they were back on the
back
one.
on the 1. And then they ran the ball and touchdown.
No.
Nope. Sorry, it ain't.
Touchdown. No.
Nullified. Get in there again. Oh, fumble.
Fumble through the end zone. Touchback.
Fumble, touchback. Tennessee gets the ball and knees it down.
Isn't that
and
just
wins the
full
game.
on Chargers there?
That is full on Chargers.
Their season is in complete disarray right now.
Tennessee won 23-20. The Chargers are one of my biggest letdowns of the year. I really thought this was going to be a upstroke for them, but man, they're reeling right now.
Oh yeah, they are reeling right now. They look like a draft team.
And let's talk about another team that is doing the opposite of this. That's the New Orleans Saints.
Who are pretty much without a loss in Teddy Bridgewater's starts.
Yeah, they went to Chicago and laid a 36 on that defense. And
To
I'm
be
not going to blame
honest-
Chicago's defense.
To be honest, when you have Mitchell Trubisky as the opposing quarterback,
Yeah, how many minutes are there in a game? There's 4 quarters, and how many minutes are in each quarter?
15 minutes
15?
per quarter.
So there's 60 minutes in a game then.
if you can see his stats.
If your defense is on the field 53 minutes of those 60, the other team's going to score 36 points. That's just the way it goes.
So, but yes, you may say that Mitchell Trubisky does have 2 touchdowns, but 2 of those were in garbage time.
Mm-hmm.
He really did nothing when it mattered.
No, it was 36-25, and
Who
was
did
actually a
the
lot
Bears
worse than that.
draft before him? Like
Let's
Patrick
see, who was it? Mahomes they could have got, and who
Deshaun
was that other-
Watson.
Oh, yeah, Deshaun Watson.
They could have got 2 quarterbacks that were much better than
But
Trubisky.
they gave away draft picks to jump and get Trubisky.
Didn't they sell those picks to the Niners to do that?
Oh, you mean the number 1 team in the NFC? Good old Chicago Bears.
Oh, they still don't have a quarterback.
No, they still don't have a quarterback, and they don't have those picks either. Let's jump into my favorite game of the week. Philadelphia went into Dallas and got crushed. Crushed them puppies.
Crushed birds.
Crushed those birds.
Carson Wentz looked lackluster out there, just
Yeah.
making mistakes. The whole Eagles team was making mistakes.
The whole Eagles team is they're reeling a little bit.
Especially the secondary, which proved how bad they were last week.
I think the Eagles secondary is just bad this year. They're giving up good pass yards to everybody.
crap ton of
to
quarterbacks.
everybody.
I bet you
So-
if they played Mitchell Trubisky, he'd throw 300 yards on him.
That's the only thing as a Dallas fan that worries me is was Dallas really that good, or did they just play just a horrible defense? Because that's one of the bad defense right there. We'll jump into the next game. We had the L.A. Rams go to the Atlanta Falcons,
And the Falcons are a disaster.
37-10. I think they get worse every week. I don't
Their
know.
defense is terrible. Their offense is underperforming. Their coach is on the hot seat.
I think their coach
And they're
won't
selling
make
off
the
their
year.
assets.
I don't think the coach. They got rid of their wide receiver.
Mohamed Sanu's off to the Patriots.
Off to the Patriots. Like the Patriots need a.
Like they
The rich
need
get
another-
richer.
The dojo master Belichick makes a move.
Yeah, Sanu will probably have 23 touchdowns from now till the end of the year. That's like 1,200 yards receiving, 23 touchdowns.
Because
And he'll be
the coach. But
Um,
the Rams get back on track. The Falcons are a disaster. They need
I
to fire
think
their coach.
I think everybody gets back on track against the Falcons. Again, I don't know if the Rams were actually any better or if it was just the 1-5 Falcons. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We had Miami to go to Buffalo, and Miami put up a fight there for a little bit, but still lost 31-21.
But Buffalo pulled out. They had more talent.
Yeah,
on their team.
they out-talented them. Miami came in with a little heart. But
Buffalo was just a better team.
Just a better team, yeah, 31-21. We had Jacksonville to go to Cincinnati.
And embarrass them.
And 27-10. Cincinnati is
Speaking of
0 for
0 for 7. That is the dubious honor of being the
0
first
for-
team to go 0-7 in the NFL.
yeah. I think we might have 2 winless teams this year for the first time ever. We got some bad teams. We had Minnesota to go to Detroit. That was a game. What happened to Cousins? Dude, Cousins was not a good quarterback. I don't care what you say. The first couple games of the year, he was not a good quarterback.
But now he's just
Now
kicked it.
he's throwing for like 5 touchdowns and 400 yards a game right now. I don't know. Did he get close to Aaron Rodgers and suck in some of that good football, good quarterbacking? I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened to him.
I don't know what. But what happened to the defenses, though?
I don't know.
Why did the Lions give up so many points? Maybe it's because they're Detroit.
That's because they're Detroit. Yeah, that's why they gave up one. We had Oakland to go to Green Bay, and Aaron Rodgers
Laid the
looked
whooping.
like the old Aaron Rodgers.
That's scary.
25 of 31, 429 yards passing, 5 passing touchdowns,
One on the ground.
1 rushing touchdown. Only the third quarterback in the history of the NFL to have those numbers.
If you think he's not a Hall of Fame quarterback, then there's
You
serious
know,
questions about
understand
the
what I say. I'm not going to pick against the Packers unless you have a quarterback of that magnitude, because the Packers have a pretty good defense this year, which is a strange thing. They normally don't have a good
And
defense.
they have a decent running
They
back.
got a decent running back now too, and their best wide receiver has been out for 3 weeks.
Imagine how good he'll
So-
play with Devontae Adams taking some of the spotlight from for the corners, so he could just throw it to his other receivers.
I know that the 49ers are undefeated in the NFC,
The Packers
and
may be
and that Drew Brees is coming back for the Saints, but
Might have to watch out.
I think Green Bay might be
Legit.
legit. I mean, they might be a Super Bowl. They are a Super Bowl contender. If they're not in the NFC Championship game, then something's going to some
Something's going
injuries
on.
or something.
Unless they run into if
Mm-hmm.
they match up with Drew Brees and the Saints in the playoffs. If that happens, that'll be a fun matchup regardless. But
I think the Packers have a better defense.
oh really?
Yeah. Right now, I would pick the Packers over the Saints, just because they've got a better defense. And if Adams comes back, wide receiver for Green Bay,
That's going to add another
and
weapon.
they keep on getting a little bit better on offense each game.
And I've heard that Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur have gotten better week after week with their communication.
Mhm,
So Aaron Rodgers back to MVP level. That's scary for the rest of the NFC.
Green Bay might be my Super Bowl favorite right now out of the NFC.
Even with Drew Brees coming back.
Even with Drew Brees coming back, even being a Dallas fan, the man is good. You got to give it to him.
He's a Hail Mary wizard too.
Yo, don't get down to the last seconds and give him one more throw from the 50. You're dead on that one, too. We had Houston to go to Indy. Indy is full real, too.
Indianapolis is interesting.
Everybody counted them out. They were dead, dude.
Dead in the water.
Aaron,
Completely done.
Andrew Luck retired. The Indy, man, they might win 3 games. Dude, they're leading their division. Just beat Houston. Just beat Deshaun Watson with Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett.
Sounds like you should be using him to start up a grill. I mean and he's good. Or that team, I think they got a team. I think with Luck going down, that whole team
might have galvanized
and said, all right, it's us against everybody now. And they look pretty darn good. So,
could Brissett continue to grow into his quarterback position?
We don't know. See, that's the only thing about having a new quarterback like that. Now he's played enough games for defenses to scheme against him. So as we get in deeper into the season, you get into week 12, 13, 14, 15, will defenses figure him out? That's the question. That's the difference between a quarterback turning into a good quarterback to a great quarterback.
Once again, the New England backups this year are having good records.
Yep. We had Arizona to go to the Giants. Who cares? Arizona won 27-21.
It tells you a lot about the NFC West when the worst team in that division is 500.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know the Giants' defense is bad. But,
yeah, it is.
But the Cardinals got a crap ton of rushing yards.
Yeah, man, that Edwards came in, didn't he? And he looked pretty darn good.
3 TDs on the ground, not bad.
Not bad for a backup.
For a backup.
For a backup, don't do that. We had San Francisco to go to Washington in the Rain Bowl.
It was clearly a mess.
It was a mess. Now Washington's bad, and San Francisco struggled in the weather, but still beat them 9-0.
My favorite moment of the game was after
the splash and dash.
The splash and slide they did there. That
was pretty good. And then we had our upset pit of the week, which we called for you last week. Baltimore going to Seattle. We said Baltimore would win that one. And
Marcus Peters makes his good debut.
30-16. They didn't beat them. They laid a whooping on them. So Lamar Jackson, one week he's Superman, next week he's Clark Kent. It's hard to tell, but I think he's more Superman than he is Clark Kent. He's just still young and struggling. We forget it's just his
second season.
I mean, we forget he's still young, a little young. So
he still has some struggles trying to throw accurately, but he can run the football, which is very strange for a quarterback to do.
Yeah.
Which we haven't seen since like Michael Vick.
He's Michael Vick-esque, yeah. He is. I think that, and that's the only thing that worries me is can he keep up that style of play where a lot of quarterbacks. There's only been one Michael Vick that could keep up that style of play and not get injured so bad that he's out of the game 2 years later. So we'll see if he can maintain that style of quarterback like Michael Vick did. Our Monday night game, the New England's defense scored 33 and the Jets scored nothing.
That was just. I feel for you, Al. That was
brutal.
Brutal.
That was a brutal game. There was 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles,
no wonder Darnold,
safety.
Now
I won my fantasy game because of that defense.
I wonder now, in the words of Sam Darnold, I saw ghosts.
I've seen ghosts out there. I think he was. You know why? You know who's running the defense now?
Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick has took lead in the defense for the Patriots, and now
they're playing like
now all of a sudden, they're the best defense in the game.
Probably in the last 3 years.
Yeah, and he's laid off the offense a little bit and turned it over to Josh, and then
it's taken a step backwards.
It's taken a step backwards, and the offense doesn't look as good this year. Brady's not even a top pick as a fantasy quarterback.
There have been rumors about him retiring after this season, but only one can hope.
His demise. You know why? Because the coach is on defense. If Belichick was back on offense again, he'd be going for 4 or 5 more years. Belichick is the best coach in football. I do not like the Patriots.
Not just football, but in history.
He is the best football coach in the history. Yes.
If Belichick were not there for Brady, the Brady would not have the reputation he has today.
No, I really think that he could take a
garbage can and turn it into a 10 and 11 win season.
He could take an average quarterback and make him look great. I really think he can.
So he could take someone like Mitchell Trubisky or Jameis Winston.
I bet you he could take Mitchell Trubisky and go to the playoffs. I guarantee he could take Mitchell Trubisky and go to the playoffs.
Jameis Winston?
I don't know if he's that good. maybe. Yeah, Belichick, yeah.
I guess he's too busy making turnovers.
Yeah. Well, we better jump into week 8 here. We're yapping our flap too much here. Thursday night game, we got Washington at Minnesota. Minnesota will beat they'll beat the doors off of that car.
Washington is clearly awful.
Yeah, the line 16.
It's clearly going to be a Viking win.
It's going to be a Viking win over that line. We got Tampa Bay at Tennessee. Tennessee's only favored by 2.5. I'd eat that
if
up.
If the turnovers are coming and going in Tampa, then the Titans will win.
That's almost my lock of the week. The Titans are going to beat Tampa Bay, I think, rather easily.
There's only so much you can do with that, with Jameis Winston at quarterback.
Yeah, Tannehill has come in and sparked that team. Corey Davis, they're one of the best wide receivers.
One of their draft wide receivers.
Yeah, in 2017. He got his most yards of the year last week against Tannehill.
So
I mean, with Tannehill. So
kind of questions. What's the future for Mariota?
I think he's going to be on the trading block. I really do. I just don't think he's going to make it. But hey, we got Arizona at New Orleans. New Orleans will win that one.
It depends on
10 points.
Do you think Drew Brees will be ready after Arizona or during the Arizona game?
Well, he's going to want to come back, but I say they keep him on the block because they got to bye the week after, so he could have 2 more weeks of rest.
So I think that'd be the wiser decision.
Yeah, we got Carolina at San Francisco.
Why do we have to play Why does my team have to play the Niners?
The Niners are ripe for the pickings, though. They're undefeated so far, coming off that 9-0 win, a little bit high in the air.
That defensive line is stout, though. We're gonna have to throw some
They haven't faced
passes
Christian McCaffrey yet.
They haven't faced Christian McCaffrey though.
No. San Francisco's favored by 5.5. I would take Carolina plus 5.5 there. We got Cleveland at New England, and believe it or not, the line's only 13.
Oh my Lord!
Cleveland's gonna lose.
Their team hasn't looked good enough to me.
No.
Personally, their coach needs to press the eject buttons.
I would honestly, again, I am not a New England fan, but I would honestly probably take New England minus 13. I think they're going to beat them by more than 13.
Oof, that hurts me because
I think it's 35-10.
Because
35-13.
Because personally, Cleveland has been one of my personal favorite underdog stories.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Decade.
I would gladly be wrong.
I would gladly.
If Cleveland win.
Please, gladly.
But I just don't think that's right. Seattle at Atlanta.
That's going to be a disaster.
Seattle's not going to lose 2 in a row. So 1-6, Atlanta.
Or 1-6, 1-7.
1-7. Oh yeah. I forget how much they've lost. Philadelphia at Buffalo.
Intriguing game.
Very intriguing game. The line's only 1.5. I would probably.
Does Josh Allen finally grow into that quarterback for Buffalo?
I would take Buffalo.
You're taking Buffalo.
I'm taking Buffalo minus 1.5. Yeah. We got the Chargers at Chicago. Chicago's.
I'm picking the Bears.
4. I think the Bears are going to win by.
Because Khalil Mack is Khalil Mack.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
again, I don't think the Bears lose 2 in a row.
Absolutely not.
At home.
At home, not either.
Nah, that's hard to. We got the Giants at Detroit. Detroit minus 7. I'm taking Detroit there.
I'm taking the Lions there. That's a safe bet with Matthew Stafford.
We got Denver at Indy. The line on that one is 6.
I'm taking the Colts.
I'm taking the Colts on that one too.
And the Broncos just shipped their best wide receiver to the Niners. He will make his debut against my team, the Carolina Panthers. Yay.
We got Cincinnati at the Rams. Rams by 14. We got the Jets at Jacksonville. That one will be interesting too.
Can Darnold shake off that last game?
Jacksonville's favored by 6, which means at a neutral site, the Jets would still be at underdogs of 3.
Do you know what I'm going to take? Jets.
Jets. You want the Jets plus 6? We'll take a little Jets plus 6.
Go Allen.
We got Oakland at Houston. Gonna go Houston there.
This is the first time in a while I'm gonna pick differently. I'm gonna pick the Raiders this time.
Oh, you're gonna pick the Raiders. All right. And then Sunday, we have a very good game. That should have been, this could have been the game of the year, but Mahomes is out. We got the Packers at the Chiefs.
That could have been fantastic.
I still think in the Arrowhead crowd with the Packers there, I still think it's going to be a fantastic game. Green Bay's favored by 4 with Mahomes being out.
If they had Patrick Mahomes, I would probably take the Chiefs if they were healthier.
Again, they're not going to have Mahomes, so I'm not going to go against Green Bay, even in Arrowhead.
I'm picking Aaron Rodgers because the Chiefs' defense has been suspect the whole year.
Monday Night Football, we got Miami at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh
will win the game. Miami's going to continue losing.
That's going to be 0-7.
Probably the least talented team in the NFL.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, that's it. That is our previews and our recap, and we are done with NFL for this week.
Send a comment below. Give us a like. Press the subscribe button.
Share us with your friends.
Spread the love.
Spread the love with everybody. Other than that, check out the Groovy Baby button.
On my face.
Somewhere over here somewhere. Other than that, we will see you next week.
See you next week.